Hi, and welcome to Soda Tech Gaming, where we're once again looking at gaming and tech from a soldier's perspective. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since my last post, and I do apologize for that. Been moving around. I'm actually not in the same country that I was a couple of weeks ago, so there'll be more content coming to my channel. It's going to be popping pretty soon, so stay tuned. Now we're going to talk about Overwatch. Came out in 2016 from the huge behemoth company named Activision Blizzard. Now they have made Call of Duty, they make all these other great games, and this particular shooter, while out in 2016 is when it came out, it's available right now for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Now, I would love to see a cross-platform, multi-platform, like where you can play PC and PS4, PC, Xbox, or a combination of those, or maybe even a Switch port, and we'll talk about that later in the video. But as of right now, it's available on those individual platforms. You can play it on those. Now, you have different modes, quick play, which is what I've been playing a lot lately, and you also have, you can get into the more competitive portion as you play on. That's where they do a lot of the competitions and things like that. Now, this game, like I said, has been out since 2016. You've got over 30 characters in this game, and they're broken down into 3 categories. So what you have first are tanks, your damage dealers, and then your support classes. Now, your tanks, they have a higher health. They can put up shields and other kind of protections to protect your party and keep your squad going, but they're slow. That's kind of their drawback. Now, damage dealers, they don't have a lot of health, but they deal a crap load of damage, and you can use them to go around and attack the other squad members that aren't tanks, or just even attack tanks, but they're quicker. You can get around and attack them. And then the last ones are support, and they usually have healing or buffing the other characters in the game, giving them special abilities, more damage taking, more health instead of boosting their health and things like that. This character I'm using right now is a tank, Orisa, and she has a shield she can use. She can also boost her strength a little bit, and then her final ability, which I like a lot, it makes everybody in your party take more damage. So it's actually pretty cool. Now, you can enter the battle with any combination of these tanks, support, or damage dealers. It really just depends on how you want to play the game. I've seen matches where it's 3 tanks, 3 healers. I've seen matches where it's only been no tanks, no healers, all damage dealers. So it really just depends on how you and your teammates want to play it out. And being successful really depends. Now, to be honest with you, I think the only way you can be really successful in this game is if you split it up and you have 2 tanks, 2 healers, and 2 damage dealers. That's usually the combo you will see when you're playing against other players. And that gives you the best chance of winning because you have the healers to protect you, heal you up, you have the tanks to draw damage, and then you have your damage dealers to go out there and start slaying the enemy team. So that's probably the best combination. Now, there's 2 modes that I've played so far. There's defending the area, which is pretty self-explanatory. You go in, you're defending the area from the other enemy team, and if you get in that area first and you're defending it, you'll get points. A percentage of the game will go up. The longer you hold that area, the more your percentage goes up. Once all your guys are killed in their area and moved out, the enemy team comes in, they'll start gaining percentage points on their end. And it's just a battle to see who can hold the area the longest. It's a lot of fun. Some strategy involved, of course. If you have long-range guys, you can use those to kind of pick people off in the area so your teammates can get there and take it over. So it can go back and forth. The other type of missions are escort missions. And escort missions have you escorting or following along a piece of equipment that's going from one end of the map to the other. The benefit to these missions, or the cool part about these missions, is that as long as you have a teammate around that piece of equipment, it'll keep moving forward. Unless the enemy team is more people on the enemy team around there and you pick off your guy, it'll stop. But you can get back to that point and you continue to push it forward, and the enemy team can push it in the opposite direction. So it gets really competitive. Now, the graphics in this game are awesome, really well done. You got like some creative graphical touches. Characters from looks like different genres of games are all mixed in. So you've got like ninjas and samurai. You've got robots. You've got mages and like witches. Just so many different types of characters. It's fun. The designs are varied. And the animations are great. The characters, when they die, they fall apart. It's just very, very well done. They did their homework and ensured that they had an engine, or utilized an engine that was gonna properly convey what they wanted to on the screen, and you can see it. The environments are nice looking. Now they're not as expansive, they're not open, they're not like Battlefield, more along the lines of a Call of Duty type of game. So the maps are not big, but well detailed. They're tiered, so there's upper levels to them on a lot of them. There's also side areas you can go through and traverse as well, which is kind of cool. So you're not actually just sitting there going straight path. You can kind of vary a little bit. I'd like to see some more of that, and if they add more levels later on, I'd like to see a little bit more of that. But you can straightforward go in there and attack right away. You can skate around the outsides and try and strafe or flank your enemies, and all at the same time using your abilities to your advantage, with the goal of trying to win for your team and get a W. And then if you don't win the match outright, there's actually at the end of the match, it'll go into overtime. So it'll give you an opportunity that if your team is close to catching up, you can use that overtime period, which is like another minute or two, to try and get the W, get your team in a position to either get a draw or win the match. So it's actually pretty cool. You can see I'm getting healed. There's all these things going on. The graphic system on this, like I said earlier, is great. The music is good. Right, I've been playing it for a while. It's not super memorable. It's not something that pops in my head, but the theme song and some of the music from the levels are well done. It's not going to be jarring. It's not going to bother you. It's actually entertaining. And then the multiplayer, it's everything's pretty seamless. You start a match. The cool thing about this, when you start a match, is you get to go into like a skirmish mode. So for like a minute or two while it's loading the assets, getting the actual match together, doing all the matchmaking, while it's doing that, you get to actually kind of run around in a level, shoot at the other opponents as they start to spawn in, waiting for the actual match to start. Kind of like PUBG and even the mode in Battlefield 5, where you get the chance to check out your characters, run around, do some stuff before the match starts. They have that in this game, so it's pretty cool. And once you get to the match starts, then you get in there. You get the opportunity to start it up and go after the enemy. You have emotes in this. You can get unlock gear and items for your character, or not necessarily gear, but like different costumes, emotes, things like that. So it's like I said, I've had a good time playing this game. Wish I had jumped on it when it first came out, but that's me getting a W. But better late than never, as I always say, right? So there's actually a character that's a hamster and a wheel. It's pretty funny, and you get to run around and use the twin like turrets on the hamster wheel to take out your enemies, and then also can attach to walls and swing around and hit them like a ball. So it's actually a pretty funny implementation of this in this game for this character. Now the cool thing is that all these 30 characters now, that's where the personality and it comes into this game, because you have everything from a cowboy type of character to android characters to like magic wielding characters, all in this Overwatch world. So it's really interesting and fun to see these different combinations of characters get together. There's a character, one of my favorite characters so far, is called Reaper, and he looks like the Grim Reaper. He has 2 shotguns, and he can go around and start blasting people. So he's actually really fun to play for me. He's a damage dealer. So unlike Fortnite and Apex, this game is not free. Right now, I believe you can get it for about $20 for the standard version. There's other versions, deluxe editions, things like that, and it just depends on what you want to pay for. But the good thing about this is that when you buy this game, you pay the $20. You on every character that I mentioned, these 30 or so characters are available for you. You don't have to, unlock them. You don't have to go and get a bunch of points and then use that to unlock the character. No, you have them to start the game, so you can kind of figure out which character works best for you by trial and error, by figuring out if you want to be a tank, by figuring out if you want to be a damage dealer, or you just want to support your team. And I think that's really cool. I understand when you have a limited amount of characters, you want to make them more exclusive, and when you have a large amount of characters, there's no point in really restricting them. Now, the other thing is you can get skins, and I'll go into that towards the end of this video. There's kind of like a loot box thing. You unlock these boxes at the after you've done a couple matches and leveled up. and you can get like skins and different things like that. And if you want to spend money, you can go in there and you can spend money to get like cooler skins and make your character look a little bit more badass or different. But that's like a cosmetic thing. It doesn't really it has nothing to do with gameplay. It doesn't affect how you play the game. So that's fine with me. I don't have a problem with adding those things in there to help these companies make money off these games. This game's only $20, so yeah, let them make a little money off of that stuff. If you want to buy skins, great. If you want to buy that kind of stuff, my kids buy skins on Fortnite, or they're trying to ask me to get them skins on Fortnite like every time a new skin comes out. So I totally understand that, you know, how addictive that can be. So let's talk a little bit about where this is at in my rotation of shooters right now. So I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to my channel. If you haven't, welcome to the channel. I've been playing a little bit of PUBG. That's been like probably the 4th or 5th shooter I've been playing in my repertoire. More so I've been playing Apex, Black Ops, Battlefield, and then I stuck Overwatch in there. And Overwatch I've been playing more and more lately. I just bought it, so of course I want to get into it a little bit more. And the cool thing about this game, the way Blizzard developed it, is that this thing can run on like a tin can. I'm just kidding, it won't run on a tin can, but it'll run on pretty much any hardware you guys have. So if you have an older system with one of those integrated graphics cards, there's a good chance you probably can run this. Now, it's not going to look great, but you get a decent amount of frames on it. You can probably play it just to get an idea if you like it or not. As you can see, this game is a lot to it. And when I first picked it up, I wasn't sure what I was going to get out of it. I know it had been out a while. I know that a lot of people have been playing it, but I haven't had a chance to try it out. But now that I have, I'm looking to play some more. I might do a live stream this week of Overwatch. Let me know in the comments if that's something you want to see, and I'll get on there. I'll live stream a couple matches on Overwatch with my buddies. If you want to join up, feel free. My gamer tag is Killinrod, KILLINROD, or Killinrod1 on most platforms. So you can look for me out there. So overall, I just want to give my overall feelings on this game. Like I said, low cost of entry, $20, not a lot of money. If there's a free trial going on again, and you don't want to spend the money quite yet, try it out. I did, and that was, that got me to actually try it and play it. I'm doing work right here. This is the character I was talking about called Reaper, and he's a double shotgun. He can also teleport, and he can also kind of phase his body. And each character has several abilities they can use. And if you learn how to use them in battle, it can make a difference. And that's what I had to do, was figure out how some of these characters work. And I'm still learning, so I'm not going to claim I'm the best out there or anything like that. But for me, it's always about fun. I like playing games for fun. So now let's get into my overall thoughts in this game. So this game, it's fun. It can be intense, and there's a relatively easy learning curve. So there's more to it. The more you play, the more you continue to evolve and understand the nuances of the game, understand how these different characters work together. The better you're going to be in the team, and the more fun you're going to have, and the more chances you're going to have to win. They continue, and this is another thing that I like about Blizzard. They continue to support this game. So this game came out in 2016. They're still continuing to come out with characters. The cast wasn't 30 before. It's increased to 30 right now. They're making more characters, making more maps, and continuing to add to this community, and I like that. Thanks for checking out Soldier Tech Gaming. I really enjoy bringing this video and to continue to bring you great content, reviews, tech stuff, gaming. So stay tuned, check out our channel, like, subscribe, tell your friends about us, and we'll see you later.